it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studio Lou. So today I have a little thrift haul for you. Over the weekend, I actually ventured out to just one thrift store that I went to. I had to wait in line for like maybe 15 minutes, and so I'm not really into thrifting, especially on weekends these days, because it's just a little bit nuts. And we're also having quite a heat wave, although not as badly as places like Oregon. If you are somewhere like that, I really feel for you. I hope you stay cool. So here's what I got from the thrift store. So I'm not going to keep some of this handwritten stuff, but I really liked these little these word cards. These are really cool. I'll probably cut them down, a few of them, and use them, obviously, in journals. These little things are just extra words that I might just throw away, or I guess I could use them with my daughter, but I have my own kind of things for that, so we don't bother with that. But yeah, there's a bunch of them, and they're cute for like little tags or journal cards, and they're just that nice sort of like, you know, classic feeling ephemera type that just makes you like think of, you know, things from your life, right? So the other thing I got was this printed tab loose leaf index cards. So these are great for making things out of, and also for backings because they're a little thicker. There's 2 packs of them here for $2, so that was pretty good. And they're the numbered ones, so you could make fun ephemera with those, like I've been doing with the summer journals that I'm working on. I get rid of all this plastic. I don't need it. It's much neater to put away like this. So that's that. Then I got a few books. I didn't get a ton of stuff. I just have sort of one bag of things. So I got this book called Trails of Wonder, Writings on Nature and Man by John Muir, founder of the Sierra Club. So this was gifted at Easter 1974. It's a Hallmark book, I guess, from 1972. And I thought it would be a nice read. It does have some images and stuff, but I thought it would be a nice read, but it would also probably be like nice to include these little kind of, they're like journal entries, but about things like the wind and trees, and you know, like what he writes is kind of lovely. Some of it can be a little, I would say, not religious, but maybe spiritual, which isn't really my thing, but I'm sure a lot of it isn't as well. But it's nice to just see people writing about, you know, like I'll read this one to you. Bees. The common honeybees, gone wild in this sweet wilderness, gather tons of honey into the hollows of the trees and rocks, clambering eagerly through bramble and huckleblum, shaking the clustered belts of the generous manzanita, now humming aloft along polleny willows and firs, now down on the ashy ground among small gilias and buttercups, and anon plunging into banks of snowy cherry and buckthorn. Besides the common honeybee, there are many others here, fine, burly, mossy fellows, such as were nourished on the mountains many a flowery century before the advent of the domestic species, bumblebees, mason bees, carpenter bees, and leaf-cutters, butterflies too, and moths of every size and pattern, some wide-winged like bats, flapping slowly and sailing in easy curves, others like small flying violets, shaking about loosely in short zigzag flights close to the flowers, feasting in plenty night and day. So that's really beautiful writing, and so I felt like it would just be a nice book to read, but also, you know, if and when I tire of it, that it would be like nice things to put into a nature journal. Then I found this book, and it's really interesting. It's called 150 Stories, and it was published by the Office of the Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. So it's a government, it's made on recycled paper. It's a government like publication about Canada. And it's just like different stories that people have written. And like about their lives and like, you know, in Canada. And I like that it's in both official languages, French and English, and they're just little short stories. So again, it's just something that I thought it could be a nice read. it also does have a lot of nice pictures in it, but additionally, like sometimes in journals I do like to include like little bits of literature that you can read. There's Miss Margaret Atwood, that's lovely. So yeah, I thought that was a nice book. I like when I can to just kind of drip a little bit of Canadian onto things when when appropriate. And then I found Meet the Fraggles. So I do have, I've already made a few like 80s, 90s nostalgia kids kind of journals. Not kids journals, but like inspired by childhood. And I've had the idea for a while now to do the same with like Fraggles. And look at these guys. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think that this book will make some good fodder for that. Oops, that's a little piece of... Like what was inside that book? It's literally, don't be grossed out. This is a ladybug that got squashed inside the book. So it's the wings of a ladybug. How bizarre is that? I feel like that should go in resin or something. So this ladybug didn't get fraggled in vain. And then I got this book called Fairy Stories Retold by Jane Carath. Introduction by Julie Andrews. But I don't know who it's illustrated by. I guess I could check, but look at these illustrations. They're amazing. So it's from 1975. That's bizarre. They don't even talk about who the illustrator is, which for me is like the most important part of like, you know, this kind of a book, because like really it's, these are old stories. Doesn't matter really that they've been kind of retold. But there's some good pictures in here. Some are weird, but some are good. And then I know there are some people who are a big fan of Tasha Tudor. So I found like 2 Tasha Tudor books, Spring of Joy and A Time to Keep. So a lot of the images are quite beautiful. I like these end papers. This one is about like all of the months of the year, and you know, it's got kind of family themes and domestic kind of themes. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's really nice. This was probably my favorite. I was kind of on the fence about getting these books, like, because I don't know that all of Tasha Tudor's content is really my thing. Although, you know, a lot of the journals I make aren't necessarily the theme that I would want. You know, I try to get outside my own head when I can. And yeah, I just liked this one because it's this grandmother knitting with a cat in her lap and these dogs like corgis all around her feet and like a granddaughter there. I thought that was really sweet. Anything with like the fiber arts I'm always like really excited about. And then this one is the Springs of Joy, and again like pretty end paper. We have a paper clip in there. And then this one has really nice images as well. It's got more florals, and I like the images in this one a little better. It's more my speed. It's more like wildlife and that kind of thing, and lovely pictures. So this one is a little newer. I think its publishing date is 1998, whereas this one I think might be a little older. It feels older. It's 1977. And then this book is Mary Margaret's Tree. And I thought it was a really cute book to like read to my daughter, but also depending on whether we like the story or not, if I will keep it. It is really beautifully illustrated. It's from 1996, and there's some really fun pictures in here. But again, I think this will be more of a for my daughter kind of book. But every now and then, you know, you do find some really nice images inside these kind of children's books that beg to be part of a journal. But this one first goes to my daughter. And then this is a Whitman Learn About book on flowers and what they are by Mary Elting. And the cover is so cute. Then these lovely end papers. I really love the illustration in here. It's illustrated by Carl and Mary Haug, 1961. I'm not really into like the people and that kind of thing, but the flowers, yes. And the science illustrations are always very neat in these kind of books. Lots of beautiful flowers, birds, moths. Yeah, it's got some really cute images. So that's that book. And then this one, Tales of the Countryside. This is another one of those big kind of children's fairy story kind of books, but this one has lots of really sweet images and like fairies and sewing and yeah, just really cute birds. Polly Ladybird. Lots of like, you know, fairy and gnome type content. Like there's a gnome story in here, and all of this is really like I'm very into. And then the words are really huge, which is cool. You could have some really nice big words to put on things. And this book I've purchased before. I have it in my library. It's a different edition that I have in my library. It's called Old Turtle. And I want to do a journal around either this story or more specifically around kind of like old wise animals. And so I picked this one up as well because I think I have like at least one other copy of this. I know I have it in my library, like our reading library, but I have another one I think that I've made some ephemera with already. Let me see if I have it on hand. I'll show you. I've been sort of saving it. Yeah, so here it is. So this is going to go into my kind of wise old animal journal that I'm planning. It's one of those things that I just kind of keep collecting things for. So that's it for books. The rest of what I got is textiles. So this was, these are 2 pillowcases that I got, and I really like the fabric. It's vintage and it's very nice, like irises and lilies and stuff. So 2 of those. And the rest is just kind of boring. It's just one. Actually, there is something else too. Never mind. So just like 2 big like queen size sheets or duvet covers. Actually, one's a duvet cover, I think, the white one, and the brown one is just a flat sheet. But these are going to be this one specifically today I'm probably going to ice dye because it's going to be very hot outside, so I'm going to soak that in some soda ash now and get it going. And then this one it'll probably go to an eco printing workshop that I'm doing, so they both have to get washed and prepared. And then the last thing I found was an EK punch. I don't normally buy used punches. This one was $4, so I'm taking a little bit of a risk. I don't normally buy any kind of a used punch because they often don't work. But I like this one. I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought, let's see if it works. You know, let's just have we wasted $4? We'll see. So let's grab a piece of paper and let me do this. The pressure is real. Oh, it's very sharp. Yeah, it works well. So that's good. I didn't waste money on that. That's actually a great price for an EK punch. And these ones are great because you can line them up here and make like you can make, you know, matching kind of edged papers, or you can do the top of a piece of ephemera. Oops, I didn't match that up so well, but you get the drift. So yeah, that's what it does. It's a nice punch. And it does, I would say, stick a little bit, like you have to kind of get the paper out, but it's pretty good. The main thing is it doesn't just like jam and get stuck in that like this position while it has the paper. That is the worst. So that is my thrift haul. Just a small one, just a quick one. I just wanted to bring a little video this morning before I begin my arduous day of work. So I hope you all have a really nice Monday. I hope you manage this heat wave, if you're in one, with not too much stress. So thanks again for watching. You can find all my social media information down below in the description box, and we'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye for now.